So as you can clearly see, as I promised in yesterday's vlog, we're up the city centre, we're buying things and doing stuff, and we're clearly going to the Lego store. Obviously fucking not. I lied, as I have from the very beginning. No. It's 32 minutes past 10. Do you know I slept till about 8:30? So I got up at 2:30, as intended, and was like, do you know what? Yeah. My wrist was really sore from work. Like really sore. Oh, I just got an offer for some more of my purchases. So not purchases, items I'm selling. And my wrist really badly hurt. A lot. And it still does. And I had no energy, right? I felt drained physically, because last night was one of the more, last night was more physically draining shifts I've ever done. So, yeah, not great. So I slept, and then I went back to, I wasn't planning on staying asleep. I just did. Like, I sat down, and I quickly got too comfortable because I fell straight asleep, which is not great. So, this vlog, I don't know when it'll continue, when it'll end tomorrow. Corey's, I don't think he's available till later on in the evening anyway, so tomorrow will be mostly chill, might reorganise, redo the shelving, or I really don't know any number of things. So a couple of things we're going to talk about here. I'm actually quickly going to go to the toilet, then we're going to do things like make the bed, because it's still technically sort of a vlog, and no, I did not mess it up purely for us to remake it. I'm not that stupid. Right, I'm back in 1 moment. Alright. Hey, I'm back. So basically, here is what's going on. So, why are these in the bag? We'll start off with that. So, in here I have a spare Salacious B Crumb from 2012 Jabba's Palace and a spare Horn and Carbonite. Why do I have spares of these? The Horn and Carbonite came in that many sets that I have got a couple extra. I don't really need one. Plus, I sold one of the sets without figures, so that's fine. And I bought the Salacious B because for some reason I used to have two Jabba the Hutts, two of the same Jabba the Hutt minifigures. The reason I had two is I bought Jabba and Salacious on their own to begin with, because back in like kind of March of 2021, I had no job and stuff. And I was like, I have a lot of nostalgia for the year of 2012 of Lego Star Wars. I love one of the big sets down there at the bottom, all the sets that have the Darth Maul on the logo. And I could not afford Jabba's Palace at the time, which is up here. You can see another Salacious as a Horn and Carbonite in the background and stuff, right, as a completed set, which I bought for like $195, brand new in the box. So I paid £75 more than the retail, so I was pretty satisfied with that price. So since then I've not needed these, and Cody has went and done something interesting. He's bought the set without the figures. Now I gifted him the spare Jabba for his birthday back in December, so which is a very rare and expensive figure. So I'm going to help him get some of the, let's free more of the figures closer to having all the minifigures from that set. So that's cool. I think, I don't know if I bring this up. No, I'll talk while I make the bed. I'll explain the deal with these parts after I've done this. So, basically, the whole thing with work, let's talk about that. So original night shift was one of those things in work where we didn't know what was going on all of the time. Right, it's just kind of the nature of the way it's been, at least in my work. Maybe it's different in your workplace, I don't know. Essentially what happened is, we were brought on at the end of, basically right at the end of May, right? We were brought in, I think it was the Monday the 22nd of May, was the very first night shift I did, right? And we were brought on for the purpose of, the stock take thing, which I did a vlog about, a week ago. To clear out the warehouse and just get the store ready at night. Putting out more stock, which means the stock take would be easier for the warehouse portion. The warehouse would not be cramped like it normally is. Because before that, we only had the day staff working, which they worked, which was almost and certainly never enough. And if I'm being honest, they have gotten a bit lazier from us starting up and doing shifts. And we were told 3 weeks max. So it ended at like the middle of June. And then it got extended and they went, we'll just keep it going till stock take. And then they went, it will go on till the week after stock take. Right, cool, that works. That's fine. So it then keeps going, right? And then the week, we didn't know for weeks on end what would happen after, the week after stock take, which is the week we just completed. And this week we're going into, we had no idea. Then one of us wants to opt out, which is not very good. No, it is not, because then two people can't handle all that workload. We need that other guy in, right? Because on a night where we're working brown box, that's like food stuff. So that's like toys, electrical, gardening. It's fine, we can fly through that, no problem. What we cannot fly through, absolutely no problem, is FMs. That's like your food, your dog food, sweets, confectionery, just all that kind of stuff, cleaning products. When you're a third man, so she wouldn't just keep it on so we could only work the brown box. We're beginning to look kind of screwed. One second, I'm quick, we'll do this part off camera, then we'll keep talking. So basically, last night the boss decided, hey, let's sit down, discuss things. Well, was it last night, like this morning, like 6:30 in the morning, half an hour before shift ended. She went, we'll finish the rest, we just need to have a little talk. Because, me and the supervisor wanted to keep moving, and she kind of got the other guy in that position when he was a bit fucked up to argue. And, he still could have opted out, but it wouldn't have been great for him, because basically, I'm on a 25-hour contract, so I still making over £700, if, we opted out the night shift. But he wasn't, he was still on a 16-hour, right? So when he realised how little money he'd make off of it, he kind of panicked and went, you know what, screw it, I'll stay on the night shift. That's fine. So, I think I've already mentioned that my gunship video, I had to private it. So I made a video showing off the new picture, the leaked images of the New Republic gunship that we're getting. There's that white thing there, and that thing, those are gunships. 2015, 2008. And essentially, right, Lego's gotten annoyed and been forcing down videos on YouTube, so I've privated mine so I can just re-release it. When these pictures are good to show. Because I don't want that happening. Annoyingly, Lego doesn't want it seen until they reveal it, but it's already been seen, so what's the point? Silly. Ironically, today they've revealed pictures of the Ghost, which comes out the same day as the gunship, so who knows, maybe in the next couple of days we'll get the official pictures and I can have my videos up and not have to worry about it. One thing I've been thinking about doing is, because this new gunship, right, is going to be a red one that's basically almost all red. I mean, yeah, these ones have got red on them, but that's different. This new one's going to be Legion specific, so specifically for the Coruscant Guard. I could put any goddamn clone on these gunships, I'd be fine. I reckon these are going to go up in value even more. Because there's quite a few people in the Lego Star Wars community who are pissed about this. People who weren't able to afford one of these or didn't get them back in the day. Like, I had both these sets when they were originally out. I also had to rebuy the beginners and adult. Not cheap, but I got this one cheaper, and then show you why this one was cheap. There's a problem with this one, which I've gradually fixed some of, and then not fixed the rest of. So you may be able to see all the sun bleached parts, right? The good one next to Obi-Wan's feet there. So a lot of the parts on this one are sun bleached. I have replaced several parts. That door is a good one that needs replacing. Like, I have replaced parts on this door, replaced parts of this wing, I've replaced a couple bits up top, but all of this one still needs fix. This is from the summer of 2013, 10 years ago already. The heck, man. Like, I remember seeing the pictures of this come out. I remember buying it in Argos. You know, a week or two after it came out. This is nostalgia at its finest. But basically, I'm going to try and sit down on Bricklink. And I've also got this bag of parts here. Now, these parts are actually for the 2008 model. Because when I bought that, yeah, normally Lego set would not have this many spare parts. Okay, this is kind of overkill. But for what the guy told me, he bought this set in terrible condition because basically bought all the new parts for it, got all the figures for it, got brand new stickers because the stickers on these are brand new sheet of stickers, and there's a whole bunch of these parts that I guess threw those in. So see if any of these can be swapped out on this to replace some of those yellow parts. I'm also going to pull my parts box out the cupboard and just chill out for a bit and try and do some work. Cause last time I think I sat down just for nearly a year ago. I bought this set last April. So yeah. Anyway, I'm gonna go do some stuff for a bit. See you guys like 12 or 1. See if we can get anywhere with this, because the main parts I'm going to point out is the doors, a bit of the floor, and all of these top parts. These engines I can't do. I don't have any spare parts of those, but see how far we can get before we need to make a Bricklink order. So I'm back. I've been busy. Basically, the current time, and it's 49 minutes past 12. So I think it's kind of safe to say this will be the last clip out of, but yeah, I've been busy. So it's going through parts to do on the gunship. I've moved the engine just to make it easier. I've only been able to change one part. I removed this part here. In fact, I don't know if you can tell on camera how yellow that is, but I swapped that out, so it's only able to swap one part out. This bag here, right, all the other, you can actually see on camera how messed up these parts are. Those are all the parts I originally pulled off the gunship, and I think this one's going to require a little bit of a Bricklink order, but Lego parts are sometimes like 10, 12 pence a go. That doesn't really bother me. So we're going to start by doing 2 things. One of it is put the gunship's engines back on, getting it placed back there on the shelf. The other one is putting all the stuff back in that box and going from there. So let's get the gunship back on the shelf. We'll start off with doing that. But as you can see, it's like parts like the engines and stuff I can't do. I need all this kind of paneling in here done. There's just some parts I didn't have, but as you can see by this, I did order a lot of parts and swap them out. Obviously I didn't go straight to ordering parts. I did what I could based on what parts were in my collection before I ordered them. Looks like we're all out, so you've got these pieces in here. Now, I've had a bit of a conundrum with this set, right? I like the stickers on this set, obviously that's part of the detail. I like to have accuracy on my sets, but some of these parts with stickers are yellowed, and I'm trying to find either a reproduction sticker sheet so I can just replace the parts and the stickers, or do I try and buy the parts with the stickers on them, but the parts are not yellowed, but it's going to cost me money. It's one of those weird conundrums I'm trying to sort out. But anyway, let's start getting all this stuff packed up, all of these parts. I went through almost all of it and then decided it's a bit late. I kind of want to stop. Also, since while we're at it, I need to open that gunship store up and I need to put back the minifix. Because, well, at least at the moment anyway, I'm still displaying my minifigures and my sets. Though that has slight possibility of changing. I don't know. I might go back to having them all bagged up by year because I want to have full use of this bottom shelf, which I can't have obviously if I've got, because I could fit like 3 or 4, I could fit more sets on this shelf, but I've spaced out the sets in order to have the minifigures, and I'm kind of regretting that because it's preventing me from doing certain things with the Lego, so yeah. Right, so let's get busy. This is taking a while. I was able to watch a 10-minute video while doing this, and we're still not making that bit of progress because it's late. You know, if I had been during the day, I'd been scooping it up, and just dumping it in, but obviously we can't. I'm just going to look for somebody else to put in the background while we do this. I buy the largest Lego clone army. I mean, I don't think it will hold, but screw it, put it on. Put it on, I'll see you guys in 15 minutes, hopefully all this is done and cleaned up. I hope it is. So it took me like, however long that's been, so 8 minutes 25, and still got that left, but the worst of it's done, so I'm just gonna move up over here. So, can I get this done in the next 7 minutes or so? Well, let's find out. Ha, only just a second to spare. Found this bag, right, that I've had lying around for about a year. This is all glass and window paint pieces, so that's cool. Right, just about done. Let's get this done and put those all in. Tomorrow I'm thinking about getting up at like 8 or 9 and just doing a big room organise, you know, fixing out some stuff, like stuff that isn't the shelving, basically, because that's what I always end up doing by default. So I'm quickly put all these away in the cupboard and I'll get back to you. Yay, something fell over. I'd rather not try and put these in the cupboard because I'm going to be the cupboard heading about one of those main things that I'm going to sort out in the next one. But this one and the next one should be long ones. Because like normally they would go around about here. I'm looking to sort the whole thing out. All this mess. So I won't be seeing Cody tomorrow till like after 4. Now I will be doing all this provided I don't randomly instead go, oh, do you know what I'll do? I'll go see David. So even though it was technically only one piece that we replaced, I mean, screw that's one more piece away from to actually tell whether it was just I can. That's one more brick away from being good. Better. Try not to knock that mirror over. It's so easy to knock that over. So watching, I've done this watch daily tactics or daily bricks videos. Lego refused to make Pokemon, so I did. I tell you, I don't know why that doesn't exist. It's like they've done Mario right now, so maybe Pokemon will happen. I don't know. I just checked if some money I was owed was back in my bank, so I'm gonna go on eBay see if there's any cheap clones going. Because my goal for Clone Army 2024 is 250 clones. Back in May, when I filmed my army, I had 146. Since then, I've added 4 clones. Those 2 with the yellow markings and those 2 plain ones. So, you know, we're at 150. 100 more clones to go down to the target. So, any random opportunity I get to fulfill or add to that, I'm taking. Anyway, guys, I'm gonna go see you in tomorrow's vlog. I'm gonna go to sleep.